Hello there! Welcome to my channel. I'm Jennifer Lee, aka GenXJen, and it is time for the chapter 3 of Andor season 2. It is now, sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my voice. It is now 2 BBY, and I see in the little description for episode 7 3 words that I absolutely love. Yavin is growing. The rebellion is coming together. The description also says Wilmon comes for help. It's been a year. I'm assuming he's has remained with Saw's partisans. I don't know what kind of help he would come for. I guess we'll find out. It'll be interesting to see if he's become, how entrenched he's become in Saw's cadre, how the Rhydonium has affected him. I'm also curious, I mean, I doubt it, but I'm curious to see if any of the rebels, those really messy, disorganized Maya Pei group of rebels that we saw on Yavin in a previous episode. I wonder if any of them survived somehow, or maybe someone finally came back to get them, or maybe Dodonna came with the rebels and they found a few survivors. I don't know, but hopefully, if there were any left, I hope they got whipped into shape. I said the description also says Dedra's on Gorman. That'll be interesting to see. I know in this arc we're going to get the Gorman massacre, and I expect it to be absolutely horrific. One of the worst atrocities the Empire has ever committed. I think it'll be second only to the destruction of Alderaan. And it's, like I said, it's been a year, and Cyril doesn't know what Dedra and Partagaz and the rest of the people in Krennic's circle are actually planning. So it'll be interesting to see how he reacts to the Gorman massacre. Will he find out that it was pretty much planned by Dedra, that she had a big hand in it at least? And how's that gonna make him feel about her? I mean, he's settled in on Gorman. I mean, I'm assuming at that point he's still working at the field office in Gorman. He's gotten to know some of the Gormans. Maybe he even considers some of them friends now. Maybe he started to dress like them, and so and he still thinks that the plan is to entice outside agitators, to use Gorman as bait for outside agitators, and whether or not that was the intention, it has certainly worked out that way. I mean, it got Luthen's attention. He sent people in. Cassian was not impressed, so he said he would skip it. But then, you know, Val and Cinta were sent in, and it's just so tragic what happened to Cinta. And the people of the Gorman front, well, in particular that guy who was carried a blaster with him, even though he knew he was not supposed to. He agreed along with the rest of the group to follow orders. That yeah, Vel made them all say that well, she gave them a chance to get out if they didn't want to follow orders. and they apparently all agreed that they would. But you know, you got somebody who thinks they know better and thinks they can handle something. Uh, and it's if he hadn't had the blaster, you know, he would have had to find a smarter, more mature way to handle the situation. You know, there's that old saying, if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. And so, you know, that was just, he was so quick to pull out his blaster, didn't really think. And that was the reason why Vel and Cinta told them not to have fucking weapons. No blasters, they said. But you know, those people there, the Gormans there, I mean, at least the ones that were part of that operation, they I mean, I hate to say it, I hate to sound like I'm parroting imperial propaganda, but they are arrogant. I mean, there was that one Trina, I think is her name, the driver who well, you know, she did when that old lady showed up, she handled that situation very well. She just escorted the old lady away, handled it much better than that guy with the blaster handled that other guy who just wandered onto the scene. But you know, at that planning meeting, she expressed such offense at being told what to do by strangers, and I was like, "Lady, get over it. You're never gonna make it in the rebellion if you can't take orders." And you know, it's like I said, I don't want to give any credit for the Imperial Ministry of Enlightenment. That's what it's called. The ones who were spreading that propaganda about the Gormans. You know, but the problem with what the Imperials were doing is not it's not really that they were calling the Gormans arrogant. It's that they were using that to just that they were singling out the Gormans as being arrogant. And yeah, and it's not a uniquely Gorman trait. I mean, that kind of arrogance can be found in any wealthy society, and even outside of wealthy society. You know, I'm sure there are people like that on Chandrilla and Alderaan and places, and excuse me, groups of beings all across the galaxy. You know, Yoda even said that arrogance was a flaw that was more and more common among Jedi. So it's not something that's exclusive to Gormans, and it's certainly it shouldn't justify committing atrocities against them or turning a blind eye to those atrocities. But Caro Rylands, the elder of the group and Enza's father, whom she called very proud, he wasn't too proud to seek and accept outside help, and listen to those who came to help, and had a lot more experience, offered their expertise to help them succeed. And I was also impressed by how after Cinta got shot and Vel was so devastated, that Enza stepped up and took charge and helped get them all out of there. And that's that guy who the one who wandered onto the scene, and he was really angry. I mean, he was the one who was very vocal at that town hall, and he was angry about the noisy trucks keeping him up at night, which is certainly understandable. I mean, you're not sleeping well, you get cranky, and it's, he felt so bad about what happened, and I think it made him realize that that he needed to stop focusing so much on his own problems. I mean, he was only thinking about himself and how pissed off he was at the noisy trucks, and he I mean, that guy with the blaster, I mean, he really shouldn't have he shouldn't have had a blaster in the first place. He should have come up with a better way to handle that situation, like I said. But that guy also didn't help. I mean, he could have, instead of trying to de-escalate the situation, he escalated it further by just causing more of a fight, pushing that guy out of the way, and acting so aggressive. But then, after Cinta tragically got shot, I think he realized that he needed to focus more on the think about other people more, and I think he realized that what he was doing put other people in danger, and so someone ended up getting killed, and so he helped get Cinta out of there, Cinta's body. So I'm wondering if he ends up joining that group. Maybe this situation was a humbling experience for him. But it just still pisses me off that some of those Gormans shows such little respect to Cinta and Vel, who came there to help them. They didn't have to go there, and after they were there and met with them and assessed the situation, they could have just said no thanks and walked away, like Vel told Cinta, if we don't like it, we'll walk. But they stayed and helped them, and some of those people had such little respect for them that even though they agreed to follow the orders, well, one of them ended up not doing so, and the others, well, at least one of them childishly balked at following orders from strangers. Like, she was like, we live here, we've been planning this, you know, it's hard to take orders from strangers. But yeah, I mean, hopefully they've all learned from what happened. Cinta tragically lost her life. Vel lost her girlfriend, who she missed out on so much time with, and I think I wouldn't be surprised if she carries a lot of resentment towards Luthen for that. So it'd be interesting to see how that affects their relationship. But yeah, that's so. It was supposed to be just a simple in and out operation, and somebody got killed. And Dedra, you know, she could when she heard that a shot was fired, you could see the giddiness simmering beneath the surface. I mean, in her view, it went better than she had hoped. Things like that give the Empire more justification to act against the Gorman. So I'm sure she wants more stuff like that to happen. But for now, I mean, it's been a year. It'll be interesting to see what more that the Gorman front has done in that year. Dedra said she wants them to continue to win, to know what it feels like to win, so that they grow bolder. And so of course the Empire has a greater and greater excuse to act against them. And I know that the Gorman massacre is coming in this chapter, and I mean it's I'm trying to brace for it. It's probably going to be hard to watch. A lot of Gormans are going to die. We've gotten to know a few of them a little bit. One of them I would really like to see survive is Enza, because like I said, I was impressed by how she stepped up and took the role of leadership amidst that tragedy. So I wonder if she's become if she's continued down that path and become maybe she's become a pretty decent rebel leader by this point. And I wonder if that guy who was the guy who had a blaster even though he wasn't supposed to and recklessly killed Cinta. I wonder if that incident maybe we'll see that made him a better person. Maybe he's grown to be a better rebel. You know, even though I'm sure he's carrying that trauma, that sorrow and regret with him. It'll be with him forever, like Vel said. So maybe we'll see him fighting with the other characters on Gorman. That'll be interesting. But boy, I'm sure he's learned. I hope he's really taken it to heart now that you gotta follow orders. You can't think you know better. I mean, if he was in the military, he would have been court-martialed. Or if it was the imperial military, maybe they wouldn't have even bothered with due process and just executed him. I mean, they have no use for soldiers who don't follow orders.
Good soldiers follow orders.
I also wonder if Vel will be back on Gorman. It's been a year. She's been mourning Cinta for a year. So I wouldn't be surprised if she never wants to go back to the planet where the person she loved so much was tragically killed. But maybe Luthen will want her there. Maybe he'll talk her into it. And since the focus is going to be on Gorman and the show is called Andor, I'm sure Cassian will be there too, and probably Bix. You know, I wonder if after at the end of the previous episode when she got her revenge on Dr. Gorse, which Luthen obviously set up for. I mean, I'm sure he had other reasons too. To get rid of Dr. Gorse. I mean, he certainly didn't like the idea of Dr. Gorse interrogation torture program spreading and more prisoners going through that torture. So of course he wanted to get rid of Dr. Gorse, but it was also to help Bix with her trauma. So I wonder how much of a difference that has made for her. Um, I know it may have made her feel better, but it was not the only trauma she experienced and that she's been dealing with. But maybe it has made a significant improvement. We'll see. But like I said, I'm expecting Cassian to be there on Gorman, and Dedra and Cyril will be there too. Uh, so either one or both of them is probably going to spot Cassian. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But yeah, I expect this Gorman massacre. It's going to be hard to watch. Um, a lot of Gormans are going to die, and the the destruction of Gorman is of course the Dedra and the others end game. They wanted the Gormans to grow bolder and bolder until the Empire had a full justification in the eyes of the galaxy to go in and invade the planet and just ransack it and get what they want from it. I mean, they're looking for that mineral that I can't remember the name of right now.
Gorman calcite.
Luthen pretty much wants the same thing that Dedra and the others do, because he's looking at the bigger picture. He's willing to sacrifice the people of Gorman, because like he said, if it goes up in flames, it will burn very brightly, and it will be a boost to the rebellion. He expects it to turn more people against the Empire, and so the point I'm trying to make is that when the Gorman massacre happens, I think Dedra's going to think she won. I mean, this was her goal, but will this really be a victory for her, or maybe maybe in the bigger picture it'll really be a victory for the rebellion. I mean, tragic as it will be. um I don't know, it's so complicated. I mean, the writing on this show is so good. um it's just I don't know how to describe it. It's just it's unpredictable. So I mean, I don't know who's gonna come out on top, or what the definition of coming out on top will be. I don't know if I'm making any sense. We know that the Gorman massacre is what finally leads Mon Mothma to publicly leave the Senate and speak out against the Empire, call out the Emperor for this atrocity. Um, and I know in this chapter, it looks like in episode 9, uh, we're gonna see the speech she makes, that we saw in Rebels. I don't know if it'll be exactly the same, but it was a broadcast across the galaxy, and it inspired various rebel cells. It inspired more people to join the rebellion. So I'm looking forward to seeing that speech. From what I've heard from people who have already seen it, they're saying that it is the best monologue in this show so far. And this show has had some excellent monologues. I mean, from Luthen and Saw and Kino Loy last season, and and Vel had a pretty good one in the previous episode when she was chastising that guy who shot Cinta. And so, and if this one, if Mon Mothma's speech is even better than all of those, then I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I'm also looking forward to seeing Mon assume leadership of the Rebel Alliance, um, seeing it become more of an alliance, seeing the Rebel cells come together more and more. I wonder if there'll be any mention of Fulcrum. Um, I wonder if we'll see more of Bail Organa. Um, I also wonder if at some point in this show, maybe not in this chapter, maybe in the final chapter, we'll see Saw speaking with Mon Mothma. There was that part in Rebels where they were speaking to each other via hologram, and just Mon Mothma just disagreeing with Saw's extremist tactics, and Saw criticizing her for not being strong enough, not being ruthless enough. And so, and somebody recently suggested that maybe in this show we'll see that conversation from Saw's perspective. That would be very interesting. And speaking of Saw, I know it's there's a character, I can't think of her name, but I think she's from the comics. Um, she survived the Gorman massacre and joined Saw's partisans. So I wonder if maybe that character will show up in the show, if we'll see her on Gorman. Ooh, excuse me. Um, yeah, it's oh my god, I'm looking forward to seeing the beginnings of the Rebel base on Yavin 4. I mean, it looks like some of the first episode is going to focus on that. So yeah, I've rambled long enough. I think I've said everything that's on my mind. Um, so let's get into this. I think these next three episodes are going to be excellent. So I'm really looking forward to what's in store. So let's get this started. Is this Yavin? Yep. Yavin Rebel Base. Looks like it's coming together. So it looks like Cassian is here on Yavin. And of course Bix is with him. I think Bix is happy to be off of Coruscant. Oh, what happened to him? Oh, Will's here. He interrupted him. But Bix is happy to see him.
When did you get back? Just now. Where have you been?
So apparently this is not his first time here, so maybe he wasn't with Saw very long. Yeah, you need an organized rebellion, greater and greater rebel forces to really strike at the Empire. Ah, so there are more and more acts of terrorism, according to the Empire, in Gorman. Looks like there's more of an Imperial presence checking everybody. Oh, Dedra. Oh, Yeah, Will has a vendetta against her.
She's there in Gorman. In the open, I've seen her. She's there now, and she's there waiting to be killed. And I know you're going to say it's revenge, but it's not. She's been coming for Luthen since Ferrix. She's been coming after him, and you, and all of us, and everyone.
Well, she's been looking for axes.
She's just sitting there.
She doesn't know it's Luthen.
She's a monster.
Yeah, Dedra's the one who had Bix tortured.
We are moving forward with the original plan. There is apparently no suitable replacement or synthetic alternative for the Gorman.
Oh, yep, so they are going to have to go in and destroy all those Gorman cities to get that mineral. How much ever did they really make? Oh, they mentioned Edu.
It's bad luck, Gorman.
Yeah, bad luck. That's an understatement.
Round, and when we're done, there won't be much left to call out. When the fleet will be fully positioned in 48 hours. And then
Wow, that quickly.
everyone that matters knows how well you played this.
Yeah, the Imperials are all about ambition.
That's what I came here for. That is what I've been trying to do since I got here. That is what you told me you wanted, and now there's evidence I have to beg for. You try.
Wow, there's some animosity between them. Cyril's upset that she's not telling him more.
My sources say this is nonsense. What am I doing here?
What sources?
You need to go out and pack and be ready to leave when I tell you. What? Good things are waiting for us.
He's starting to be more resistant of Dedra. Maybe not completely trusting her now. Ooh. Haven't seen them kiss before. She's just trying to shut him up.
I'm requesting a new driver. Dad, you must send someone smart.
Yes, better to stick with someone you know. Oh, another blockade. That's really bad for Gorman.
Apologies, I've been awaiting your arrival.
Oh, there's the Gorman senator. Maybe he's changed his tune now?
I suppose that's the fun humiliation.
So does he, how much does he understand of what's really going on?
I came here to thank you all. Your constant courage. The brave face you put to the world. As my poor child living in God, much I admire your grace and energy. Protect yourself.
She's hiding a lot behind that brave face. Is he warning her from becoming involved in the Gorman situation? Oh, they're arguing among themselves. He wants them to stay peaceful. What's he trying to say? Yeah, it's telling them that not to lose who they are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that she senses that you need help.
We're just leaving.
He's got a blaster wound that's not healing. Your right shoulder.
Yeah, she's good. I think she's authentic. I hope this works. What is she talking about?
They come no matter what. Sometimes it even works like this.
She was losing faith in.
What you've been gathering. The strength of spirit. Surely you must feel it.
I'll overcome that. Come back and let you know.
You saw something.
I did keep pushing.
What does she see?
Who is he?
He's more than a pilot, yeah.
Tell me what you saw.
He has an important role in the future.
He's a messenger. There's some place he needs to be. Have you had him long?
Is she sensing that he needs to be on Gorman?
Maybe you're the place he needs to be.
Hmm.
Don't you ever think
Oh. Why is he here to see her?
I think there's a way out of this before things go too far. My people are convinced you're being coordinated by outside agitators. If I had something to offer,
He's trying to get information from her that he can use. Whoa. She despises him now. What happened? Has she learned that he can't be trusted? That they never should have trusted him? Is it healing? Is Cassian gonna start believing in force healing? Or will he keep questioning it? I think it's a coincidence.
It's all a lot of simple tricks and nonsense.
she knew you were there? She felt it from across the yard. She wasn't making that up. That was the seal.
what was it then?
I don't know. I don't even think she knows. But it happened. I can sense it in another 30 seconds. I felt it before, Cass.
Yeah, he's just so unwilling to believe in things he doesn't understand. Is that General Draven from Rogue One?
Without a destination.
Yeah, I think that is him. He's
Fitted with hypercoms tomorrow.
wondering why Cassian is leaving.
Those who enjoy the security of Yavin must proclaim their loyalties. Don't push too hard. Know where I stand. The day I need permission to come and go, I'm gone.
Yeah, he's not fully committed yet. Well, the day is near, but it's not here yet. So it looks like Cassian and Will are going to Gorman, or at least going to see Luthen. Bix is not going with them. Yeah, get your covers on.
Sergeant, what's up? Get these men shaped up and ready for presentation. Just not man whips themselves along. They were
New recruits. Yeah, Dedra's very unimpressed.
Draven, your daughter. They need him, Biggs.
They're trying to
And he goes and does something.
get her to get Cassian to come back. They want to promote him.
We're not a bunch of maniacs running around Aldani. We're building a real army.
Yeah, they're part of an organized rebellion.
We've all given so much. A little discipline doesn't seem too much to us. He'll be
Yeah, he will. He's just felt called to be somewhere else right now. Is that the same guy at the hotel the last time Cassian was on Gorman? The bellhop?
We're trying to change that.
Does he recognize Cassian? Because he
I'll have to go to that.
looked different before.
We'll report to the dealer.
Of course. Good to know. Not carrying on bad this time.
So he does recognize him. Does Cassian remember him too? And he knows he was using a different... I think he knows he's a spy because
Thank you.
he used different names each time. So is he a rebel too, part of the Gorman Front, or at least a sympathizer? Looks like he's got a clear view of his target. This is why the clerk made sure to give him a front-facing room. So he knew he would need it. Maybe he didn't know exactly why he would need it, but he knew he would. It would be useful to him for some reason. Yeah, I'm wondering if that's a bellhop turned hotel clerk. If he's a member of the Gorman Front now, or at least one of their contacts. Maybe this was arranged, either Will or Cassian arranged this with him beforehand. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense for him to at least be on their side, because of what happened to his father during the Tarkin massacre. And it's a good thing that Cassian formed a bit of a friendship with him previously. Cassian seems to have gained a bit of his trust from that first visit. So he seems more than willing to help Cassian out, even though he's putting up himself as somewhat of a risk. And I'm happy to see Vel on Yavin. She said she'd been reckless. She's been mourning the loss of Cinta, and maybe she felt like she didn't have much to live for. But now she's part of she feels needed in this rebellion that's becoming more organized. That's giving her purpose. So I'm happy to see that. So let's go on to episode 8.